Hi guys, it's Nina from One Life Holistic Health, and today I wanted to talk a little bit about detoxing and decluttering. So if you have taken my Dreams to Reality training, you will know that this is the first step that I teach and that I use for myself when it comes to manifesting and using the law of attraction. And so I just want to talk a little bit about that today. You know, in the last few years, detoxing our body and our environment and whatever else has become really, really big. Cleanses are like the most trending thing. And I think that it's really important, and it's really important to have this conversation. So one thing that I talk about is decluttering. And I literally mean decluttering holistically. Right? So what do we have when we talk about holism and holistic? Well, for me, it's our physical health, our spiritual health, our mental health, and our emotional health. So let's just start with physical health. You kind of need to cleanse and detox and declutter, right? So we really want our bodies functioning at the most effective and efficient peak possible. And the reason this is that if we feel physically good, then it's easier for us to feel mentally and emotionally and spiritually good. And so having that physicalness, that physically good feeling is really important because it really does help raise our vibration. It really does help us live on this frequency up here. And so having a good cleanse or, knowing the right way to do those things is also really important because we don't want to actually harm our bodies. And some of those cleanses and things can do that. So before you jump on some detox or cleanse train, I really suggest that you do your research and you figure out what works for your own body. That's going to be really important. So then kind of along with decluttering our physical body is decluttering our physical environment. So if we have a closet full of clothes and we're trying to manifest abundance so we can buy more clothes, we really need to declutter that closet. So we say, hey, universe, guess what? I have room for these new clothes. Same for everything else in our life. Like if we live in a very cluttered environment, then it's really hard for the universe to understand that, we need more because we have a lot. And the universe is like, where the heck are you going to put it? What are you going to do with all this? So very important to declutter our physical environment as well. Decluttering our emotions. Now this one's kind of difficult, but if we can really decide that, we are reactive to things when we don't need to be, or if we are just extremely emotional, extremely feeling, hint, hint, if you're an empath, we can kind of control those a little bit, and we can kind of detox some of our negative emotions. And the way to do that is to make sure that we are feeling positive emotions more often than we're feeling negative emotions. Emotions have a much higher vibration than thoughts. Like our feelings definitely have a much higher vibration than our thoughts. And so it's really important for us to stay up on a high vibration, and the positive clearly have a higher vibration than the negative. And it's really important for us to stay there. It's going to make your manifesting really, really easy. So very important to kind of detox our emotions a little bit. And really detoxing our mentally is going to affect detoxing our emotions. So if we can get rid of that negative self-talk and we can really focus on the positive things in life, and if we can learn to let go of negative thoughts around things and learn to let go of our negative emotions, then, we'll have that detoxed and we'll be more positive in both of those arenas. So what do I mean to detox spiritually? Well, I'm a spiritually based person. That's what I like to say. Like, I literally live my life on my intuition and my spiritual connectedness. I run my business. My business is a spiritually based business, not because I necessarily work with a lot of spiritual health. I mean, I do. I think a lot of my clients don't realize that. But what I really mean is that I depend on my intuition and my spiritual strength to really help guide me in what I'm doing in my business. And in that, I need to make sure that my spiritual muscle is really strong. And so I need to strengthen that. And detoxing spiritually really kind of means, that's a good question. What does that mean to me? I haven't really actually thought about that until just now. So what does that mean to me? That means that I kind of have spiritually based practices that I do that keep me in the positive thinking and feeling. Yeah, so I meditate, right? That's a spiritual practice. It helps me connect to my intuition. It helps me connect to what I would say my higher self. And that's been really, really helpful. So that's what I'm going to go with on that one. Interesting, right? How I say we need to do that. And I hadn't really thought what it meant for myself. You know, when it comes to other people, really what I say when I want them to detox spiritually is to just get clear on what your spiritual practices or beliefs are. It can be anything. A lot of people utilize religions. You know, it can really be anything that's going to help you tap into something that's bigger and outside of yourself. It's really, really, really important. But I'm going to stop talking about that and move on. Lastly, I think that it's really important that we detox the people we're around. And I know this is hard for some people, but you need to really pay attention to how you feel when you're around different people. So if you have a moment where you feel like it's just icky and negative when you're around a certain someone, then I would suggest either not being around that person at all or really limiting your time with them, because the energies of other people and the way that they make us feel can really affect our vibration and can really affect how we manifest different things. So that is going to be my last little tidbit in decluttering. This is kind of a difficult one and it's a complicated one, and you know, I talk about core negative beliefs and limiting beliefs and whatever else, but this is where it needs to start. It needs to really start on kind of detoxing, decluttering, and getting rid of the negative so you can pull in the positive. Really learning to let things go so that you can be open to receiving, which will be coming in another video. But this is where it needs to start. So thank you so much for watching, and happy manifesting!